Hello everybody and welcome to Big Pharma. This is version 1.3, which has some pretty weird bugs that I found, so I can only really record this in 720p instead of 1080 because for some reason the game just thinks I can't handle this. Let's go into a new game. So, Big Pharma is all about selling drugs, legal drugs of course. We can't have that here on the internet, especially on YouTube. They'll strike me in a second. So, basically, we're going to go on to bottom line, which I have had, I believe that is expert? Yeah, that's expert, I believe. But what we've got to do is make 1 million within 10 years. So I'll explain the game as it goes on. We're going to be called PillXZ. If someone can get that reference, say in the comments and you will get 10 cookies, yes. And we will have Penny. Okay, so pause the game. Right, this is our production screen. It's where we're going to be making the drugs first of all. Here we have all our tools. So we have the belt. We start off with a dissolver and evaporator, which I'll explain later. We have a fixed belt, which I'll also explain later. We have the pill printer, and we have paint, which we won't worry about. So, on the ingredients screen, this is what we're actually going to use to make these drugs. We can see 2 ingredients, and we're going to use this one here. I'll explain why later. Here we have our cures, so this is what we can do. And as you can see here, there's pre-requirements for everything so that you get it to the, I guess, the second stage of everything. But we don't need to worry about that yet. We can have the research, which we will use, and we have our company screen, so we can see what the Gamma Group are up to, which is our competitor. Okay, so let's start with the ingredients. So, everything in this game has a concentration value. The ingredient we're going to use here has a concentration value of 9, as you can see up here. That is the concentration value it comes at. Now, if we highlight over here, you can see that the active range for the antihistamine is 2 to 8. So, if we want to have the antihistamine effect working, we have to take down this concentration by 1. However, the induces nausea effect is active from 6 to 14. And so for our drug to sell better, we would get it down to a 5 probably. And the reason we're not doing this ingredient over here is because you have a range of 1 to 13, which lies perfectly within our positive symptom. Of course, we could get rid of the side effect we can't here, but if we can't do that because we need the ionizer. Okay, so to actually get concentration up and down, we have machines, which are here. So if we just look, the dissolver decreases concentration by 1. So this is what we're going to use for our drug. And then you have the evaporator, which increases concentration by 1. The cures just tell us what we're going to do, and we're going to make an antihistamine. So you can see in the antihistamine graph here that there are more patients, usually in the summer, than there are in the winter times. So our drug will fluctuate with profit. That's a very key part of the game. And you can see that 14 people have been cured, but none of them are by us, I guess. They just grew out of it. Now, we can get more machines in this screen through scientists, but they are 30 a day. But what they do is, for example, the ionizer fires a beam of charged particles into your drugs, decreasing their concentration value by 3. So instead of having 3 dissolvers, you have 3 ionizers, and the same with the I've never actually tried to say that out loud. Agglomerator is the same with the evaporator, but the evaporator increases concentration by 1 and the agglomerator increases concentration by 3. We don't actually need to worry about what our competitor is making this time, but I know that there are levels later on that do. So, to import a drug, you click on the door and you click import. So, we are going to start by outputting it to a belt. Now, we need to get it down how many steps. So this needs to be to a 6, and I need to do math, so down to 3. So we are going to need to use 3 dissolvers. Now layout is important, because if we use the wrong layout, then our whole thing could be wrong, which we kind of don't want. What would be the best layout? I guess it's kind of to make a wall right now. Yeah. Okay, so then we're going to have to destroy this belt because I didn't know what to do with it. Okay. Now that we have that, we will know that the concentration will be by 6 at this point, if I did my maths right. Although we need to bring it down one more to get it down to a 5. Thank God I noticed that. So now that it's at a 5, we know that it will be an antihistamine without side effects. Then we get the pill printer, which is over here in Makers. Now this will actually print our drug into a pill, but we're going to buy 2 of these. So everything in this game is also like on a period base. So you can see that the process time for the dissolvers is 1. That means every 1, I guess, day they will tick forward once. Okay, so they will process 1 drug basically. However, these pill printers have a process time of 2. So what we're going to do is we're going to split the belt here so that it does 1 pill every turn, making us more money. Right, and this is our machine. So now if we tick time forward, you can see that it'll go through, and this is the bit I love about this game. You can actually see the stuff happening. So you can see also the drug changing colour. It's really nicely detailed actually. So you can see that's now at a 6, and this will go down to a 5. Oh, damn, that's something I didn't think about. Okay, so this drug got upgraded, which is very bad for us. Because it met the pre-requirements. That meant if it was in a concentration of 4 to 6 and we used a dissolver, it would actually alleviate insomnia instead. But we do not have the space to make that happen. So what we're going to do is we're going to sell a drug with, we're going to have to sell the drug with nausea included. Right, so we're going to move this dissolver over here. We're going to just break that belt. We're going to have to delete the drug as well once it gets through, or I can just ignore it 3 times, or 2 times actually. Oh, but that's really annoying for us actually. Okay, so that's getting through. It will still sell. It won't have 40 of sell value. The problem is if it will actually like
product name
because
required.
You'll see.
Product name required.
Yeah, I know. Sugar pill, fine. Right, we'll just delete sugar
Product
pill
name
now.
required.
There we are. Right. The allergy buster. Right, and that's over there now. So you can see we're actually making money. Right, so let me explain a bit of what's happening here. So this is our company screen. Oh god, I've gone on for 8 minutes. What is this? So basically this is our company screen and you can see what's happening here. So we've sold 12 of these drugs per month and going up. The average saturation is 10%. Its current value is 128 and we're having a £43 profit from that.
A competitor has released a new product.
What have you released? You've released Soothe Cross Systems, Prompt Sleepiness. Okay, you can see that we have a cure rating. Now, the cure rating is what we are doing to this, so what the drug is doing. So you can see we've administered 32 and 24 allergic reactions have been soothed, but 8 people have been nauseated. So currently our cure rating is a C, which means we have no bonus. If it goes down, it means that there is a lowering of our profit. Shut up. If it goes up, that means we get more. So you can see the drug value is now 5%, and we're getting even more profit. You've released 2 things. That's not good for us. How did you get that much space so quick? Did you take out a loan? Oh my god. Yeah, you can take out loans in this. So you can see currently we're not doing too well. It's kind of jumping between C+ and C. Right, I'm going to get into research. Right, and I'm going to go for the agglomerator. That one. Right, a thing I didn't explain, and I've just noticed I haven't, is the fixed belt. So the fixed belt is more in use on complicated lines. So if you can see on the video, it has these little arrows, and that means the way the belt will actually go. Now the problem with this is, I always have a problem with seeing what way these are going to go, and we don't actually need this right now. Also, you can see this system at work here. So 1 goes through, 1 goes through, in, through, in, through, and every time they're ready, they always go doop, and that pops out. There you go. So that is the most efficient way. If we only did one, our production would be slowed down and would get less of a profit. I have to say the soundtrack for this game is actually really good. I do recommend that if you want a really good soundtrack. Okay, we're at a C+, and they're see? They're both at a D rating, so that's not good for them. We're at a B rating, which is excellent for us, because it means we get 10% extra value, which means more profit. Yeah! Oh god, we're actually doing pretty well for ourselves, and you can see our agglomerator is nearly done. We pay £30 a day for this guy, and he's going to work on the ionizer for us. So, my plan is, this got upgraded. It went to a very high region of, it went to a very high place. Now, my plan is maybe, just maybe, I can cut half of these products, right? So we're selling half of them, which I guess is good and bad, and we're going to lower it once more, right? I know it seems crazy, just hang with me. Hang with me? Don't hang with me. That's very bad. Stay with me. That's the word. Right, so if we're going to belt and just do that. Right, so that's going in and that's being upgraded. Right, so that's at a 14. So if we get up 10, that should do fine. Right, so 4 agglomerators. I don't know what I just said. Don't question my maths, please. That'd be excellent if you didn't do that, One there, and we'll see where that leads. I can't math live, okay? I usually have a piece of paper with me. Okay, and then we just need to raise it once. Now, if you are wondering if I can just place that machine there, I can't. It turns out I have to have a belt connecting them, which is kind of annoying, but what can you do? Right, so now we just alleviate insomnia. The next upgrade would be to reduce anxiety. But the problem is I need a catalyst.
A competitor has released a new product.
Shut up. The problem is we need a new catalyst, and we haven't really gone into catalysts yet. Right, she's going into biotics for some reason. Antibiotics, not biotics. That's very different line that she would have there. So we're going to do our little setup, which just...
Invalid position.
Yes, I know. There we go.
Research complete.
I know. Right, so now we have completed our research, which unlocks the ionizer. What would I like? I wouldn't like national headquarters. That's not...
Product name required.
Right, we'll get another scientist and pay off for that. We are now producing an insomnia alleviator, right? And it's called the Nap More. I don't know, I just pressed... Oh, you can see we're actually doing very well for ourselves with that drug. Yeah, look at that. Hallelujah! Hallelujah! We're getting 66 profit plus another 57. We're not selling as much per month, but that should decrease and that should increase. Okay,
Has released a new
I get it.
product.
Calm down. Okay, prevents growth. What are you doing? Okay, she's gone and explored more ingredients, so we are going to do the same. So what's going to happen is, in a few months, he's going to discover something for the liver medication. Wow, she's gone really far if she has the ground... Hold on, what? She just prevents... Oh, that's in the liver medication. Yeah, I'm getting that. What we're going to do is we're going to make that a femidom. And not call it... Oh, I've just realised something. I don't need 2 pill makers here. I only need 1, because that process is being split, isn't it? So I don't need 2. Right here, I've paid for my next 2 pill makers, because I don't need 2 here anyway as well. So I'll move it there. I can't do that, because it's in the door. If that one could get processed, that'd be very nice, but I know it won't. Why is this whole production line stopped? Is it because it never noticed where it was going? That's nice.
Invalid
I know.
position.
There you go. So now, we're not wasting as much money. Woo! Money for the win, except it's going down because of our stupid ingredient person. Can you hurry up, mate? Thank you. Well, that's not very good, is it?
Research
Ooh.
complete.
Perfect. Right, so we've got...
New world event.
Shut up! Hypertension, appetite, suppressant. We're not doing them. So now we're gonna get the analyzer and fire guy. Because I need money. So, oh, we're making £1. Oh, we're losing 46, we're making £13, and we're losing 40. That's how the world works. You lose 40, but you gain 14. Let's see how our drugs are doing. We have a B and a C+, which isn't bad.
New ingredient discovered.
What is this? Right, so prevents grout, but we can make that. Oh, it's not the Femidon. I thought it was the Femidon. Right, so we can't. Oh, it would only be. Oh, that's not a very good product. Bad job. Bad job. Oh, I just hired a guy. Right, you got the analyzer. That's all that matters. You're fired. We're going to analyze the drugs that we've got here. Now we're going to do that by putting an analyzer down.
A competitor has released a new product.
We're going to import this one to see how well we're doing actually. I've just realised we're gonna know one of them. We're not gonna know the we're not gonna know the second one. Oh, I've just realised we're actually kind of backing up here. Good. I'm not gonna waste money on a second one because look, it's perfect. There is literally no empty spaces here. Right, the analyzer analyzes the drug, and while this is happening, the drug gets deleted, right? It doesn't exist anymore, it's just being analyzed. But what this will tell you is the max strength of each effect, and you can see that induces nausea, the max strength is at a 10. So we should stay as far away from that as possible. We're kind of doing that, but we're also kind of not. So if we just press on the line here, you can see that currently it's at a 66 strength.
Analysis.
And this one, oh, right, we'll just press here. We are at the golden ratio of antihistamine. So we are at the perfect place. Now we are going to stop this because it's costing us money. We need money. So you can see that actually, because it's at the golden ratio, we are actually treating a lot more allergic reactions than 76 than the people nauseated, because we're steering far away from the nausea and we're staying bang on the allergic reaction or the antihistamine. So that's why we have a B rating. With this, however, I don't know. I would have to analyze that on its own. Which I might do actually, to see what it's like when it's upgraded. And after that, we'll end this video. Oh, I just destroyed that. That wasn't a very good idea. That was not a very good idea. That was probably the worst idea I've ever had. So this should work at around a 20% percentage ratio, because it's not getting too much. It's being split twice. So technically it should really get like 25, and it should dip down to like, yeah. So it's going to dip down between 20 and 30%. Which is telling me it's at a 25% working speed. I'm going to say I'm going to end this video, but if this video does well, which I know it probably won't, just because there's some salty people who go on and dislike my videos just for the lols. But if this video does well, I will actually probably make a series on this because I like this game. And even though it gave me a lot of issues trying to record it, son of a bitch, it's a pretty fun game once we get into it. Because we haven't even gotten into mixing drugs, we haven't gotten into shaking it down, and after we've analysed this and seen where we are, I will show you my very first factory. Because that one was a fun one.
What is happening? You never had you back again. I can't tell.
A recent relaxing, because it says insomnia there, so I'm kind of reading this. A recent relaxing of the Ministry of blah 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 has seen a fall in the number of cases now that the government is able to control the amount of unwanted side effects is falling. Oh yeah, also, while I'm here and I can talk to you guys, I have noticed that Vegas 15 is out. Oh, what a perfect timing. Just, oh. Right, so we found that the perfect ratio is there. Where are we on that? We are one below that, but if we went one below that, we would get induces nausea, which is max there, and I'd rather not. Okay, so, yeah, I know that Vegas Pro 15 is out, and I have actually switched to that, so you don't need to worry. Right, let me show you my very first factory. Oh, actually, no, I'm going to show you my second factory, which I called the treatment facility, because I actually made a machine that treats cancer, or fought cancer, that's what it was. Right, so if we zoom out, it's going to get very laggy very quickly. But this is what I made. You can see that there were whole buildings dedicated to just shaking stuff down. I even made what's called the perfect drug, which is, let's just zoom in here. There we go. I made the perfect drug, which is like the drug that.
A competitor
Shut
has
up.
released
A
new
drug that
product.
has nothing wrong with it. You can even see I was curing tuberculosis, and I made a female contraceptive, which I could have upgraded if I wanted to. So this is like 799 just in worth. Where's my cancer machine? I know that my cancer machine is here somewhere. Is this you? No, that's my trying and failure of the perfect drug. See, I had to use that for the cancer machine. Where's the cancer machine? This is the cancer machine. I remember this. Right, so you can see the complicated drugs I had to do. Now the problem with this is it doesn't come out very often, but you can see it fights cancer and is an antihistamine, which again I could have upgraded further, but I thought, nah, this was pretty big enough just to try and fight cancer. This whole line is dedicated to just trying to fight cancer. Remember this. Okay? That's what I had to do to try and make it fight cancer. Anyway, I've been recording for half an hour, so I'm going to call it here. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed Big Pharma. I love this game, and hopefully I can make a series and you guys will enjoy it. So I will see you all in the next video.